Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? I'm back. I'm wearing a gray shirt today. Maybe I should change it to a dark color, but maybe not. Hey, Erie, how you doing? Hey, Julie. Hey, Chevy Fish. You're my three favoriteest people right now. Oh, and we just jumped to 6. Well, now I got 3 more favorite people. I'm not sure who's going to show up or who's going to stay high, but maybe Yandere. Maybe. Let's brush the mustache out. I swear I just had it. I was brushing my hair with it, like the smallest part of my hair. There it is. You gotta freak it. Just, you gotta blow it out some. Oh, I'm ridiculous. I'm gonna grow one of those Amish beards if I can. Probably not though. Who knows? I might just get sick of it all and cut it all off. All my facial hair. So yeah, we're gonna do some spooky stories. Here in about 25 minutes, I'm gonna get some Uber Eats and make y'all hungry. Because that's just what I do. Oh. Let's see here. Hey Alice, how are you doing? I am looking for a story. I saw the Let's go to this. I found a story I wanted to read. I don't look at these before I read them. like right now is when I look at them. I probably should start. I should probably start. That's 6. Well, it's giving me a hard time trying to find this. But I'll get there, I promise. Give me a second here, guys. How's everybody doing out there? Y'all doing good? What's up, James? How you doing, bud? Welcome to the Scream. It's like Rule 18. What the shit? He's like all over the place with this series. Rule 8. I got a horse. Alright, I'm not reading this series because, no. If I can find the beginning of it, maybe. Yeah, so we'll read something. There we go. I'm back to the regular webpage. We'll read something. Yeah. Nope. You son of a bitch. What do you want? I got a Patreon notification. Did Pam make some art? She sure did. Beautiful. Okay. No slip. No slip. Damn it, no slip. There we go. Got it. Got it. I'm a dentist for monsters. This patient was a real old hag. That looks stupid. Everybody's writing series. I want to get in on that. I want to get in on that. Like, come on, guys. Alright, how about this? Beautiful. Okay. And no more notifications. Alright. There's a woman's breath beneath my floorboards. I think she's hungry. My daddy always said karma has no deadline, and now I know what he meant. I was just talking about you. Pam's everywhere. How are you doing, Pam? Samantha, how are you doing? The Night Stalker. I'm alive, I think. The party upstairs was keeping me up all night, but when I asked them to quiet down, all I found was a man sitting alone in an empty room. Part 1. I'm pretty good, you know. I'm a dentist for monsters, and last night I took on a new patient. This thing's got 5,000 upvotes. And it is so long, I'm not reading it. Let's do this. Let's go to top. Okay, like 43,000's a lot. Y'all remember that one? My sugar daddy asks me for weird favors. I like that one a lot. That was a pretty good one. Shattered Life was a good one. She Sold Happiness in Glass Jars was a really good one. I don't want to read that one. Space Girl? I don't think I've read that one. Yeah, we can read the... Jesus Christ, it's long. No, it's wholesome. I don't want to read wholesome. Yeah, I'm going to try to stay awake for Pam's stream. I'm going to co-host with her. My son's camera monitor alerted in the middle of the night. I checked it, and I saw my wife and son sitting on the bed. They weren't my wife and son. Dun dun dun. Let's see how long it is. Yeah, it's not too long. Alright, we can read this one. Bare butt. Yeah, I liked your photos. But I have Patreon set up to where it alerts me and it annoys the shit out of me. Because I don't ever do anything on Patreon. And I'm disgusted with myself. So, there's that. But, I am proud of my eagle. Where did I put that envelope? It's over there. I've got my Pam art over yonder. Just out of reach. But it's probably good because I like to play with things. Be right back. Talk loud. I need coffee. Turn your speakers up. So anyways, this story is called, it's a mouthy one. My son's camera monitor alerted in the middle of the night. I checked it and saw my wife and son sitting on the bed. They weren't my wife and son. Dun dun dun. I mean, that's just the best way to... Oh, I need alerts on it because I need to know when my food gets here. Damn it. Immediately. As soon as I turn on, I got a notification. Food's 11 minutes away. Why'd you need to notify me about that? Whatever. So here we go. Here is the story. They really need to fix this sign in the chat thing. It was submitted a year ago by Rising Mac. So, if you like the story, show them some love, but you can't show them love on this one because it's a year old. It's archived. But it's cool. Let's move that down. Down. Good. I think I have a doggo in here that wants to go out there. Misty. Psst. Yeah, she'll be fine. When my food gets here, I gotta feed her. So, be a little break. Anyways, here's a story. I hope you likes it. Let's there we go. I don't have to see my face, but y'all do. There it is. Okay, cool. So here you go. I'm a nurse, and I currently work nights. It's a total drag, but I'm hopeful I can go to days soon, since some coworkers are planning retirements. Anyway, I was working one night when just after 3 a.m., my son's monitor alerted me to the sound and movement. No big deal at all. He probably coughed loudly or sneezed or something. He's 3 now, so he generally sleeps all night. I bring it up on my phone and see him and my wife sitting on the bed. Again, no big deal. He might have cried out or gotten scared or something. I was about to close the app when I noticed they were acting strange, almost creepy. And when I say almost creepy, I mean creepy as balls. They were sitting on the bed together, both of them, just staring up at the camera with blank, emotionless stares. The night vision is black and white, so they had white, eerie-looking eyes. They didn't move at all, aside from their visible breathing, and they just sat there staring at the camera. I close the app and give my wife a call to make sure everything's okay. I never get to call home on lunch. So in a way, this is kind of nice to get to talk to my family while at work. It rings a couple times before she answers with a very groggy, hello? It was like she was dead asleep when I called, and she looked wide awake when on camera. Hey, you guys okay? Huh? Yeah, buddy came in like 15 minutes ago. He seemed scared, so I said he could sleep with Mama. I'm confused here since I saw them in his room a minute ago. Literally 60 seconds had passed since I closed the app and made the call. Wait, so you guys are in bed? Yeah, I fell back asleep right away. Everything okay? Everybody keeps waking me up. She's kind of annoyed. Hang on a second. I put her on speaker and bring up the app, hoping I don't see it. When the app loads, I get a pang of intense nervousness in my stomach that I haven't had in a long time. Since I was a kid in school, I realized while I was eating breakfast, a paper or something was due that day, and I hadn't done it. My heart leaps into my throat. My wife and son are sitting on the bed looking at the camera. Same emotionless stares. Hello? You guys in bed, right? Yeah, we're trying to sleep. Well, I'm looking at this camera, and I see you two sitting on his bed. Huh? No, we're in our bed. I know that's what you meant, but I'm looking at his bed, and you two are in there. Hang on, she says. She's quiet for a second while she brings up the camera on her phone. I hear this guttural, terrified gasp, like she had sucked all of the air in the room into her lungs, filling them to capacity. I don't hear this kind of gasp from my wife often. Usually, only when she's truly afraid, like during a jump scare in a movie, or the one time we turned her back on our son for literally a second, and he was down by the mailbox inches from the road. I hear rustling in the sheets, and the line goes dead. Of course, now I'm absolutely terrified myself, so I immediately call back. It goes to voicemail, so I call again. I call again and again with no answer. Finally, after about 4 minutes, she calls me. I tell you that 4 minutes felt like 40 years. Hey, what's happening? I ask. She's absolutely hysterical and crying. I can't understand a word she says. Stop. Slow down just for a second, I say. She slows down enough to explain that they're in the car driving to her parents. She looked at the camera, and when she saw what was on... Let me try that again. She looked at the camera, and when she saw what was on, she got up and grabbed our son and rushed downstairs out the door. Didn't even close the garage. Don't worry about it, I said. I'll drive by when I get off work and close it. We live in a generally safe neighborhood, so I'm not too concerned. The door is up. You will not go in there, she says. Hell no, I return. Why are we on camera, she asked. Is it recording? I don't know, I return. I'm going to keep watching it and see if there's anything I can tell. Do our code words with Buddy. We have a code word because we're nerds. We've seen too many pod people in imposter movies. So we've decided a long time ago to make code words for each other to be able to tell if one of us was an imposter. We have a couple of code words, but we usually have a 3-sentence story we recite together, each saying a different part alternatively for each other. I hear her on the phone saying the things we taught our son. He giggles as he says them. He does it every time we practice, since he thinks it's a joke and doesn't have any idea it's the real meaning. We're both convinced he's our son. My wife then says our part, and I'm convinced she's her. We make up these words as a complete joke to ourselves. I never once in my life ever imagined we'd actually need them. Unreal. She got to her parents safely, and it was hard to hang up. I told her, we'll figure it out in the morning. Hopefully it's just a glitch. She said she didn't think it was a glitch. When she was running out, she had to run by our son's room and the door was open. There's a little flashing light on the back of the camera that indicates it's connected to the internet. It gave off just enough light that when she ran by the door, she saw out of the corner of her eye a shadowy outline of what could have been an adult sitting on our son's bed. It sends chills down my spine just to think about it. Knowing that they were safe and out of the house is the only thing that kept me at work that night. It was a long 4 hours, but I kept checking the camera every chance I got. Sure enough, they were still sitting on the bed staring up at the camera with emotionless gazes. I studied them to see if I could get any patterns. From their breathing to their blinking. Their breathing was steady and looked normal. It was their blinking that would tell me if this was just some kind of bizarre, time-looped freak accident video or not. I intently stared at my phone and count the seconds between each blink, telling myself that if it's a loop, then their blinks should be even and occur at the same time each time. There was no pattern to their blinking. It was erratic and random, just as a person blinking should be. The passing hours are what finally sealed the deal. That this was not a weird, looped video of any kind. My son's window is visible on camera, and I see on camera that it's getting lighter outside. His curtains keep out just enough light to prevent the camera from exiting night vision, but lets in just enough to be able to tell that the sun is rising. I try to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do when I leave work. Calling the police comes to mind, but I talk myself out of it. First of all, what am I supposed to say? Someone's in my house. It looks like my wife, but isn't. Worse yet, what if they are entities of some kind, and the police do go over there, and it kills them or something? I decide to tell coworkers about it. He's a firm believer in the paranormal and might have had a suggestion. I show him the video and tell him the story. His initial response of, "That's creepy as fuck," doesn't help me much. But he says he wants to go over and check it out. He says we both should, to see if not my wife will try to act like my wife. I tell him absolutely not, and he says that we should go at least look at the house, even if we don't go in. I agree on that since I wanted to close the garage. We got to the house and walked around the perimeter first, not sure what we wanted to accomplish by that, but it felt like something we should do. The curtains were all drawn, since nobody was there to open them in the morning, so we couldn't see anything. When I got close to the garage and suddenly had this overwhelming urge to go inside and investigate, it was like I just had to know what was going on. So I went in. All right, we're going to pause here for a second while I get my food. I'm going to let y'all ponder that. No reading ahead. Listen, come on. Let's get you fed. Come on. Come on. Y'all liking this story? Chinese finger trap. You know what? I can finish the story real quick. Okay. The curtains were all drawn since nobody was there to open them in the morning, so we couldn't see anything. I went to close the garage and suddenly had this overwhelming urge to go inside and investigate. It was just like I had to know what was going on. So in we went. We walked through the kitchen towards the foyer where the stairs are. It's so quiet in our house right now. You could hear a feather drop. Forget the pin. We stop at the bottom of the stairs and wait a few seconds. I look at the camera again to see if they're still sitting there. I've never been so scared in my life. My coworker puts his foot on the first step and I suddenly say, "Stop," loudly. "Forget this, we're out of here," I tell him. "Come on." I start making my way back to the kitchen. We hear a loud creak in the floorboard from upstairs. It's in my son's room. He has a very loud, creaky board right in the middle of his floor that's almost impossible to not step on. My wife and I are still deciding if we ever want to fix it, because it will alert us if he's up to no good when he gets older trying to sneak out or something. "Come on, come on, come on," I yell as I motion for him to move his ass. We're out of the house in about 2 seconds. Out on the street, I check my phone. Now, only not my son was sitting on the bed. Same blank stare. Not my wife was gone. "Holy shit," my coworker says. That was fucking... Sorry. That was stupid as fuck of us. Do not tell my wife we went inside. She would probably be ungodly mad if she found out what we just did. I used my garage door opener in my car to close the door. Before we leave, I look at the camera again. Not my wife is back on the bed with not my son. Both staring blankly up at the camera, blinking every few seconds. That was all about 4 days ago now. Not my wife and not my son are still sitting on the bed staring at the camera. They haven't moved a millimeter. We obviously haven't gone back to our house. What do we do? So I want to eat real quick. But there's a part 2 to that. Did y'all like that story? I thought y'all might. I gotta unfold they did origami on the plastic here. This is why you stick to paper with origami. Maybe sailing because of the knots, I don't know. You thought nothing. I never think. Let's see what I got. This right here is sweet and sour chicken. That's not sweet and sour chicken. That's rice. White rice. Okay. This says egg roll. Oh, that is egg rolls. Okay, so egg rolls and sauce. Chinese food. We got the sweet and sour chicken right there. Awesome. Oh, this doesn't feel as full as the other one I got the other day. Braised pork fried rice. That is disappointing. Let me see if I can show you all this. That one I got the other day, I gotta reorder that. It was awesome. This is my braised pork fried rice. That does not look like fried rice. Is that a brown egg? We're from a Chinese restaurant. I don't remember the name of the place. Just something Chinese. And I need silverware. Of course I do. What is this? Hatch the egg. Pork egg foo young is amazing. No, that's pork. It even says braised pork. Oh, I didn't get fried rice. I got braised pork rice. Nope. I don't know what that thing is I just ate, but it's pretty good. A little bit sweet. All right, go on. Go lay down. Go on. Get on. Good girl. Stay there. Hey, Benny. Where's Benny? Hey, Subjective Cinema. Who's Benny? Is that subjective? I don't know. I'm so lost right now. I love vegetable egg foo young watercress crunchy veggies. It smells authentic AF. It's pretty good. It's really good. Let's fix my camera from doing that. I gotta do this every time. I forget about it. It doesn't always do it. That's why I forget about it. There we go. I want Chinese food now. I knew it. I always make someone hungry with my food. There it is. Tastes like picadillo, like Mexican, no, Cuban picadillo. But that's got raisins and olives. But everything, you know, the pork and the rice, it's all the same. I know you made an animation. I commented. Did you not see? Hey, Anderi. Congrats, Loco. Alright, let's see. Let's try this. Oh, that's awesome. There's no peppers or onions. They made it white friendly. I don't like the peppers and onions. Did it just make a popping noise? Why do I have a sneaking suspicion they just microwaved this? I like when I can pour the sauce on there. It's not bad. Oh, the video was total clickbait. That's why you should only watch me. Right. Egg roll. Let's try it. I think it's a pork egg roll too. Tasty, tasty. There we go. How good are egg rolls anyways? I mean, like, just standard egg rolls? They're good. These are really good. Crispy on the outside. Or like Chef John would go. But they're nice and green on the inside and chewy. It's this. So it's some kind of covering, very thin covering, and then it's got veggies in it. They're like steamed veggies, or they cook inside the egg roll. See, like a little bit of carrot in there, and there's, well, now I don't have autofocus on. A little bit of carrot in there, and there's a little piece of pork. Yeah, like Asian burritos. That's essentially what they are. That is the best part of the meal. Oh, that rice is pretty good. And white rice. I think I have chopsticks for these. I gotta add butter and salt. I love butter and salt on regular rice. There are very few foods you won't eat. Yeah, I feel the same way. But anyways, who wants to know what happened to that guy? And I saw a rabbit. I saw Thirsty Rabbit come in here for a second. To say hi. There he is, Thirsty Rabbit. Thanks to you. But I think he left. That's sad. He's a good guy. Like him. Loco Lightning. Hey there, Chappy. I recently turned 18. Come over to my house. We can play Xbox. I don't have Xbox. PlayStation? Well, you can't smoke or drink. But no egg? Yeah, it's probably gonna like an egg wash on it. Have you heard of a YouTuber named Mr. Nightmare? No. So they're like spring rolls, but they're not spring rolls. I'm fine with no drinking alcohol or smoking, but I live in Australia. Yeah, I do all those things. No more drinky drink. Oh no, wait. I had Chick-fil-A for lunch. Yeah. It's not watered down. Anyways. Let's go back to that. Oh, that was my neck. It popped. It felt wonderful. I'm gonna pop my neck one day and just, I can't feel my legs. Anyways, I shouldn't joke like that. Here's part 2 to the story. Here we go. So if you missed part 1, back up a little bit. It's pretty captivating. I'm sorry it's taken so long. It's been an emotional month. I felt like I'm losing my mind, or already lost it. I've been in the hospital for 3 weeks. You'll remember I left off at my wife's parents' house. not sure what the hell to do. My wife and I argued about it, and my in-laws said call a priest. I told my wife we're calling the cops and that's it. The day we finally called the cops would be day 6. Not my family was still sitting on the goddamn bed staring at the camera. I told the dispatcher there were intruders in my house, leaving out the part where they looked exactly like my family. I told her we were out of the house, but I would meet the police officers there. She dispatched 2 units. My wife begged me not to go. I told her that I had to. I had a foolproof plan. I would take her mom's iPhone and FaceTime with my wife while showing the police the camera on my phone. They would see this is a fucked up situation and hopefully proceed with caution. My coworker friend said that he would come with me as well. My friend and I beat the cops to my house. Like most of you mentioned in the comments previously, I was packing heat. I have a concealed carry, so I had my 1911, which is a .45 caliber, with me. I was not concerned this would bother the cops, as I was going to inform them of my permit, and I was currently carrying. What I wasn't going to tell them was that I had my father-in-law's AR-15 in my trunk. It's almost funny how many of you mentioned that that was the way to go in my previous entry. I didn't plan on telling the cops about it because I wasn't planning on needing it. They would come armed and prepared. They showed up, and I let them know I was armed and then enacted my plan. I initially told them the story. They looked at each other like I was crazy and didn't believe me. I FaceTimed my wife so they could see she was in fact not in the house despite what our camera was showing. They still didn't seem to believe me, but this did pique their interest. I hung up with my wife and told her I'd call her back as soon as we knew something. So now you're sure this isn't recording? An officer stated, repeating what I said. It's not. The day-night cycle has changed every day. Their blinking is erratic and not cyclical like it was a repeat, I said. I know it's a stupid question, but your wife isn't a twin? The other officer asked. I told him no. My friend spoke up. I have an idea. Turn the volume up. I'll go throw a pebble at the window. He went around back while I turned up the volume to max. Okay, I'm tossing. We heard a light tick sound from outside. But with a 1-second delay on the camera, came in loud and clear through my phone. Not my wife moved at the sound of the pebble hitting the window. The first time I'd actually seen her move aside from the time she wasn't on screen when I initially went into the house on the first day. She turned her head towards the window just slightly before turning back to the camera. Okay, so this is live, an officer said. Okay, sir. I need you and your friend to stay out here outside. We're going to go in and find out what's going on here. Should you ask for more units? I asked hopefully. Not at this time. We're going to assess the situation first. They don't appear to be armed, but we're going to be cautious. I opened the garage for them to make their way into the house towards my kitchen door. They radioed dispatched and said that they were heading in to stand by. They disappeared into my house. A few seconds after they went in, the camera went out. I wanted to vomit and felt like if I put my fingers in my mouth, I'd be able to feel my heart since it had leapt so far up into my throat. Shit, I yelled to my friend. I immediately popped the trunk and got my rifle out and ran to the garage, my friend right behind me. We got inside just in time to hear a low guttural howl from upstairs. Demonic sounding almost, along with raised voices from the police. There were several shots. Need backup, shots He was cut off. Oh my God, my friend howled. He was scared shitless. But so was I. God fucking damn it, I knew it, I said, running up the stairs. My son's room is the first one you come to after getting upstairs. So his wall is also what you see as you walk upstairs. As I reached the top, I laid into the wall with my rifle. It has a 30-round magazine, but I felt like I fired 100 shots. I fired all over the place, knowing full well the ammo would go through the wall like it was paper. Concentrating on where my son's bed would be, but also near the door and towards the floor as well, in case whatever these things were going to do, and if they ducked. We heard shrieks of pain coming from the room, then nothing. My friend and I paused for a minute before deciding to go in, because the camera was still out. We heard a whimpering coming from the room. There was a dead cop in the hallway, and we had to step over. It was awful. I'll never be able to unsee it. His head was several feet away from his body and the threshold of our guest bedroom. We found the other cop in my son's room right inside the doorway. He had several large holes in his torso, as if he was impaled. Exactly what I was afraid of. I knew this would happen. I called the cops, and whatever these things were killed them. When we entered the room, we found the source of the whimpering. It was not my wife. She was laying on her back on the floor, holding her torso that was bullet-ridden and breathing heavy. The scene was awful. I can hardly put into words how awful it was, you know? Just like I did then. But they weren't my family. It shouldn't have been so hard. I should have been able to just go in and finish it. But instead, I fell to my knees. Not my wife begged for her life. I don't want to die, honey, she whimpered. I wanted to have more kids. I can't die now. I looked over, not my son, who had to be dead. He had taken 2 shots at least to the head, or what the hell was left of it. He had several more in his torso, and 1 or 2 of his legs and arms. If you have kids, seeing their lifeless, bullet-ridden body is a special kind of hell. Again, I knew it wasn't my son, but it was. I was going to be sick. I'd killed my family. I turned back to not my wife. She was acting just like my wife. It even mimicked her anxiety about death that she has had for the past year or so. It's not her, man. I forgot my friend was even there. It's not her. Shoot it. I know what you guys are thinking. How many times has this happened in movies? And you scream at your TV for the main character to just shoot the imposter because it's not their loved one. I guess movies got it right somehow. I'll never roll my eyes at the character who can't kill an imposter again. Please don't shoot me, it begged. My hands were shaking as I aimed at it. Why couldn't I do it? I knew this wasn't my wife. Listen, man, my friend began calmly. Look at it. Its blood is yellow. It's not your family. Was it yellow? It was. Seeing my family slain was so traumatic I hadn't even noticed their blood wasn't red. I steadied my aim, and not my wife suddenly stopped begging. She began that guttural, terrifying shriek, and something black or gray started to protrude from her mouth, like a tentacle or something, and I fired. At that range, her head, more or less, exploded. Whatever these things were, they appeared to be mortal. I was still on my knees, and my friend was out in the hallway, just outside the door. We heard the sounds of approaching police sirens. I had forgotten one of the cops had gotten shot, fired, called all over the radio before being killed. It seems like it had been hours, but it had only been about 5 minutes since the police had gone in. My friend went downstairs to let the police know what to expect. I stood up and slowly made my way into the hallway. I was lightheaded and felt like I was going to be sick. My bedroom is adjacent to my son's, so the doorway is about a foot to the right of my son's doorway. My door was closed, but as I exited my son's room, my door opened. Not me walked into the hallway, wearing exactly the same thing I was at the time. I was shocked in place. I couldn't move, but I did. It walked towards me, and its right arm turned black and morphed into what appeared to be a tentacle. It was wiggling around like a squid or octopus appendage. When he thrust his arm at me, it solidified and impaled me through my abdomen. It then stabbed me in my left leg and just above the kneecap. I fell to the ground in pain. Its tentacle arm was wriggling again. Why did you kill my family? It asked. When it spoke, its voice changed pitch several times. It was my voice, then much deeper, then normal again. It altered several times. In that one sentence, it moved closer. The rifle was gone, but I still had my .45. I pulled it out and shot off its right knee. It howled. As Not Me fell its knee, I fired a couple more shots, getting 2 into its abdomen and the left side of its ribs. It breathed heavily for a few seconds before I used the last of my strength to aim proper and shot Not Me in the face. Its blood was also yellow. I lay there bleeding, thinking about this. This was it for sure. It still had some strength from adrenaline kicking, so I took my belt off and tried to make a tourniquet for my leg. With my stomach wound, it was hard to give it a good yank to tighten up. I then took off my shirt and balled it up and packed my stomach wound and applied as much pressure as I could. Being a nurse probably saved my life. I passed out, but the measures I took must have kept me alive long enough for EMS to arrive. I heard raised voices and the sound of pounding coming up the stairs before I went out. It was probably a cop, but I felt pressure from somebody trying to keep my wound packed before I went out. I was in and out of consciousness as EMS arrived along with probably every cop in the city. I was wheeled downstairs and put into the ambulance. While I was being loaded into the gurney upstairs, I heard cops freaking out, and rightly so. They had lost 2 brothers, and there were 3 other bodies. Did he kill his brother? Are they twins? Probably referring to not me's dead body. Or his whole family? Put him on armed guard while at the hospital. He's probably getting charged. As I was getting placed into the ambulance, I saw my friend talking to a group of about 10 cops, all listening intently to what he was saying. I went out again in the ambulance. I woke up in the ER. My wounds had been treated. The tentacle hadn't been more than a few inches wide, not away, sorry. So it was just slightly larger than a large knife. They'd sewn me up, and I found out that I was currently receiving blood transfusions due to the blood loss at my home. My wife had authorized them to do whatever they needed while I was unconscious. She was also extremely, extremely pissed that I went into the house. We're okay now, but that's a story for another day. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks since I ended up getting an infection and almost went septic. I needed a few antibiotics. For the entire 3 weeks, I had cops in my room with questions. After about a week, they released me and no longer had me under armed guard. I told them absolutely everything, not caring if it made sense or not. And thank God my friend had come with me, since he was able to corroborate the weird story. Midway through my hospital stay, men with suits came to pay me a visit. They were government. I knew right away. They said they were FBI, but I don't know if I believe that. They wanted to talk about not my family. The police chief and the coroner were involved, and it was very hush-hush. They made it clear that this was not to get out to the public. This is where I have to apologize, probably, for anticlimactic ending to this ordeal. I don't know what not me and my family were, neither do they. The only thing we knew is that they were sentient creatures that looked just like us and had yellow blood. I begged the coroner to tell me about the autopsies, but he said that wasn't allowed. He must have felt bad for me, since I received a bouquet of flowers a couple days later. The card inside of the envelope said, "We don't know what they are. They have the same organs we do, but in different parts of their body, aside from their brain. But what's red and pink inside us is green and yellow inside them. They're humanoid creatures, but whatever they aren't human. The government thinks they may be extraterrestrial. Destroy this letter ASAP, as soon as possible." We had our house professionally cleaned. It was almost surely a government team, since they contacted us on behalf of the police. We couldn't find any Google reviews or websites for the company online. My wife and I are not going to go back into our house. We would love to burn it down, but there's no way to do it and avoid suspicion of arson at this point. We'll end up taking a huge loss on the property, since everyone in our neighborhood knows that there was an incident involving multiple deaths in the house. But I don't know what actually happened. They don't know what actually happened. It'll be hard to sell, but eventually it will. We're going to move on from here. I told everyone at work it was a home invasion, and they bought it. I'll go back to work in a couple weeks, and we'll start looking for a new house again. I'm sorry. I know everyone wanted a concrete ending and wanted to know exactly what the fuck those things were. But we just don't know. Aliens sounds good to me. We've been thinking if they were supernatural or acted actual demons, gunfire wouldn't have been able to kill them. It's hard to say. If they were aliens, why did they just sit there and creep in our house for like a week? They didn't even try to take over our lives. It's hard to wrap my head around. If it is aliens, keep your eyes peeled. There could be more of them out there. How are you guys doing? Did y'all like those stories? I want to eat some more Chinese food. Eat my egg roll. Hashtag not my wife. Hey, Skipper's Aquariums. Auntie G, this story hits close to home. Uh-oh. Auntie G, you want to tell us something? Is your blood yellow? Fairly certain this is cat flavored. I'm just kidding. Aren't we all aliens, really? I mean, I was born on Earth. You want to know the twist? It was actually his family. Dun dun dun. Oh, no, pretty much no. I suppose it is a current, a popular theme, or a common theme. Just wasn't one in this one. I have my green card, thank you. My mother-in-law is poisoning me, then I found out why. That was a good story. Hmm. Do spring rolls have meat in them, Alice? But do you have your yellow card? They don't normally have meat in them. Oh, I don't eat meat with 2 E's. I eat meat with 1 E and 1 A. That's the meat I eat. MEET is what they serve at, like, you get a sandwich from a convenience store. I think this might be meat, MEET. No, usually people get spring rolls with no meat, but egg rolls with meat. Well, that's usually been my practice. You're okay. You don't speak my language. Or it's not your first language. I understand sometimes it can be confusing. I'm fluent in Texan. You know, there's 50 other states. Well, there's 2, 2, and 2. 2, T-O, and T-O-O. But yeah. Chinese food semantics with Chappy. Hey, Sharpies. How you doing, bud? I mean, just saying. We'll fight about it. Let's do it. I don't like when the meat sticks together. I'd say it's an alright story. The end was kind of anticlimactic. He shot it. And, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there could have been a better. I got another one. Every time I get food, someone says they're hungry. I was marking my little board. I seem to always eat when everybody's craving. I'm a food psychic. of all the things to be good at, you're a food psychic. You know, that'd be pretty. It's a pretty shitty superpower, to be honest with you. It's rare that you can kill an alien with a bullet. No, not that rare. I'm pretty sure Border Patrol does it all the time. Poor joke. Poor joke. If you ate like me, what, twice a day? Yeah, us 2 times a day eaters are really weird. Well, of course you'd be fat if you ate like me. I'm like 6 foot tall and 200 pounds. Hey, Karen. I can read your hunger. Kind of feel like the author didn't know how to end it. It happens. But, you know what? Maybe he did. I eat twice a day. I don't eat breakfast. I did have donuts this morning. Like little bitty ones. And chocolate milk. Chocolate donuts and chocolate milk. It was not bad. Going OG Google to get that into centimeters and kilograms. I'm very large. I can do it for you. I'm sure you've already done it. I'm 6 foot tall and 15 pounds. Chocolate milk is so yummy. You're not what? I am 97 kilograms. That sounds way better than 215 pounds. I mean, I don't like the kilograms. Let's just, I just don't. But in that sense, like, oh, I'm only 97 kilograms. Coffee and cigs are my breakfast. Can't disagree with you there. Oh my God, Chappy is perfect. Settle down. Wait, what are you talking about? I just eat when I'm hungry or remember. Oh, how tall am I? I'm 182.88 centimeters. And thank you, Karen. It's very sweet of you. Oh, I don't do this very well. Like, oh. Yeah, I'm kind of tall. I mean, I'm like this much bigger than like regular people. Oh. How's everybody doing out there? We got 13 people up in this bitch. I didn't even at everybody. Anyways, let's do some more stories. Look at my fingers, like, I can't. My fingers, I'm not very, I can't do this, I can't do that, like, I'm just awkward today. Anyways, you want Chinese food? Put another one on the list. Sweet. You thought I was short for some reason? No, I'm not short. I'm definitely not short. Do I look short to you guys? Like, my hair being this long, it's really long. Because my head's bigger than... I don't know if that's true or not. Well, I did it to centimeters, so you got to do it to feet. If you're going to be eating, you should advertise that it's mukbang too. If I wanted weirdos in here that just like, oh my God, eat another egg roll. Like, I probably wouldn't get those people. I probably would. I don't know. You remind me of a young Kevin Nash. Is he a comedian? Which one is Kevin Nash? Oh, is he the basketballer? Damn it. Oh, he's a professional wrestler? Is that what you mean? I don't know. He's like really old now. You're a bastard. Oh, you're 5'3". Okay. Yeah, you're a little bitty. Everyone I know who wears those masks and sit at home are sicker than people going out with them. Wait, what? Wait, I don't understand. One of the tallest wrestlers out there. Oh, Pop. This guy? We do not share the... Like, I got this thing going on. And I mean, I feel like I have to say this. It grows in like... I mean, I brush it. But it grows in like this. I do not trim this to look like this. I'm just putting that out. I am so ingrained with white trash that it does this. So, just saying. I mean, I'm okay with that. You know, it's whatever. He's 328 pounds, Kevin Nash. Dude, 6'10". Yeah, that's a tall bastard. Right on. Cool. Yeah. Hey, man, it's a compliment. No, I don't, you know, thank you, I think. No, I don't, damn. What are you damning? I don't know. Remember, the streams lag a little bit. Did I close that story? I did. Because, what was I gonna do? No slip. Nah, let's go to creepypasta. The Lost Transmission of Captain William Brinkman. I felt like I had to say it like that. I don't know. My memories vanish beneath the black sand. That sounds like you're just trying to be too artful. Probably, you know, might be a good story. But really, like, beneath the black... What is that? What does that mean? Vanta Black, a death metal cult. Night all. XOXO, chaps. Have a wonderful night, Karen. Thank you for coming. Munching giant Skittles here. That's my fruit intake, sorted for the month. There you go. Well, it's not just fruit, but it's sugar, because you got to have sugar. You need your carbs, right? And I mean, if you drink beer, that's bread and water. So, I mean, I'm just saying, we can knock this thing out and just, you know, just forget about it, right? WWE Nintendo 64 cartridge creepypasta. I fell asleep. Heck. Are you narcoleptic? Did you just... I mean... You're a good guy, chap. I'm alright, but thank you, I think. You're a good person too, Aunt G523. No, I'm a bastard in my own way, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Skittles and beer, the most healthy food. Don't muddy the word. You're gonna muddy the water there. I wouldn't say it's what is healthy. What is. I was thinking, where is Ari at? I heard some stories and had odd dreams. Creepy. Very creepy. No beer for me. Just Coke and Monster. You party? What up? What am I looking for here? Top ranked. What's that? I don't know. I'm just being a weirdo. Boo, Pepsi and Rockstar. Samantha, you're closer. There's nothing wrong with Coke, but I'm a Pepsi guy, and I drink full throttles. I'll have the non-alcoholic poison. What, cyanide and mercury? I don't know what, Cola, LOL, alcohol-free for 18 years, drug-free for 5. You just muddy the water by saying drugs. What are drugs? Whatever. You don't have to define what drugs are. Apocalyptic and dystopian. Animals and wildlife, abductions and kidnappings based on true events. Let's see what these are. Based on true events. Oh, I've read that one before. What? Your mom is real. My mom that comes in here, yes, really is my mom. When she comes in and says, hello, son, yeah, that's really my mom. But what are your thoughts on realism? The theory nothing is real because the only real things are your thoughts. According to science, atoms cannot touch, and we're 99% made of atoms. So, I dreamed I was listening to Chappy, and I kept hearing a burb, but I couldn't find it. Woke up and remembered Cosmo was with me. I like those kind of theories. They're fanciful and beautiful in their own way. But what if our brains are just eggs and everybody's got their own little egg? And I don't know. That's a half-cocked theory. Whatever. Don't judge me. You don't know my struggle. I was gonna find a story. It's burr, burr, and then Rex. I'm gonna tell them both I got put on my stream. It's an actual theory. It's called The Egg. Oh, there's a wonderful story called The Egg. I like that one. The story of her holding an orange. The Sneak. One word story. The story of her holding an orange, part 2. Alright, I don't want to read the story of her holding an orange. It just sounds stupid. Wanted dead or alive. Schrodinger's cat. I don't get it. What are you? I'm just kidding. I couldn't hold that one back. I'm usually really good at holding those back. Yeah, there's part 3 to her holding an orange. Doesn't mean I'm gonna read it. Oh, there's part 4. They got really good ratings. I'm still not gonna read it. It's just a stupid name. Alright, we're going back to no sleep. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Wait, I thought I read this one. Wait, is there another one? I work at a hotel. Oh, I work at a hotel, and they gave me a set of rules. Everybody wants to make the I do this now, and they gave me rules. My bubble burst. I think everyone has a bubble around them. Some people's bubbles include the whole world. And they hear something happens. They feel the pain. Some people's bubbles is just their family. Some people's bubbles is just them, and they have no empathy for others but themselves. But what happens if you fart inside your... I can't. I'm sorry. And it just takes me back to... Oh, God. Lauren, are you in here? Oh, I think Julie might know that one, too. I got a good 15 minutes of laughing out of me. I can't. I'm sorry. I know you're not supposed to laugh at fart jokes. But they're just so funny. They're like, yeah, it's really crude humor. I don't know if Julie's still here, but I think Lauren remembers that. She knows what to post. Alright, well, do y'all like the rules stories? I can read you one. Don't trust anyone that doesn't laugh at a well-timed fart. Well, I mean, you could always hold it back. Hold back the laugh. Yeah, farts are forever funny. They really are. But, like, really crude humor. But it's pretty good. No, I get it. You know, like in school, my little brother would fart in class and be like, yeah! And then I'd fart and be like, trying to hide it, but in the seats, it was bad. I think sneezing inside your face mask nowadays is worse. I do that sometimes, and I have to go, oh, gross. I get it all on my mustache. Luckily, I'm not a wet sneezer usually. I've had to wipe my face off before. It's a face shirt. It's a snart. I cracked myself up. I got sent out of class to go sit in the middle of the football field to particularly stench some farts. It happens, bud. It happens. So, do y'all want to hear another? They gave me a strange set of rules to follow story. Yeah, I get hay fever. It's a nightmare sneezing in public now. When you get to my age, I'm not reading the rest of that because it makes it sound like I said it. That's pretty funny, Pam. Oh, I am not getting monetized on this video. Same with coughs. More like cough drops. Oh, oh, guys. Y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible. I didn't bring my cigarettes inside. I'm trying to be good and trying to use this thing while I'm at home. Which I should probably just use this thing all the time. Oh yeah. This is my clogged nose. All right, well, it's Darth Vapor. I see what you did there. Haha, Chappy has a nose clog. Most people have a slow nose and a fast slow nostril and a fast nostril, and it swaps due to some smells being fast and some smells being slow. Did you know that? Anyways, not what I meant to do. Not what I meant to do. F5. Here's a story. I don't know. It's another one. But they're fun sometimes. I should start a series where I just read those stories all day. But you know what? I don't want to hate before I read it. Unlike that stupid orange one. How's that even a... Whatever. This one's called I Work at a Hotel. They gave me a strange set of rules to follow. How come when I post that I am safe from demon sex and alien DNA, all my comments are people not believing me? What? I don't know what to say about that, Pam. You blew my socks off there. Oh, now the dog has them. Well, R.I.P. socks. Or telling me they're sorry. I mean, my friends know me too well. Ow. Son of a bitch, that hurt. Oh, yeah, I was building something today and I kept slipping. Alright, anyways, let me read this story. That's what we came here to do. Let's get on with the... Oh. What is that? Oh, that's glue. That's the adhesive we use. It's black. Don't ever use a camera to try to find a stain. You just look like you're looking for your nipple. You're like, I'm almost got it. I can't find... There it is. Anyways, okay. So... Let me put this right here. That didn't work. Stop doing that. Let's do this. All right, there we go. I work at a hotel. They gave me a strange set of rules to follow. When I started the night shift at the Evergreen Hotel, I found a piece of paper waiting for me. Written across the top in Sharpie were the words "Rules for Employment." Hey Lauren, I'm gonna pause. Lauren, do you remember the one stream that I asked a question so stupid that just elicited 15 minutes of me laughing? Do you remember what you kept posting that had me lose it? Pretty sure it was you. It was written in your blood. Ooh. I said written in your blood and the dog wagged her tail. That's not creepy. She's chewing on something now. Yeah, R.I.P. socks. Written across the top in Sharpie were the words "Rules for Employment." "What's this?" I asked Amelia. No, it was, hang on. Well, now I want to convey this emote. I'm gonna get it too. Y'all give me a second. You should have a search feature on these damn things. There it is. I think it was something like this. Wait. No. Don't inspect element. Oh, shoot. I think it was something like that had me lose it. Anyways, "What's this?" I asked Amelia, who was packing up her things. "Just the rules," she said, non-committally. "Oh, like don't steal towels and stuff?" She grimaced. "Yeah, just stuff like that," she said nervously, pulling the bag over her shoulder. "Hey, I gotta run. Nice meeting you." "See you in the morning," I said with a wave. Oh, no. I'm going to keep pausing this story. No, I asked the stupid question, what happens when girls wear really pretty underwear and they trust a fart? And I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to laugh. I'm an adult. I don't have to laugh at that. It had me laughing for like 20 minutes last time. Yes. I'm not going to laugh. I'm going to get back to the story. She grimaced again. I'm going to minimize the chat. I'm going to stop looking at the chat. She grimaced. "Yeah, just stuff like that," she said nervously, pulling a bag over her shoulder. "Hey, I got to run. Nice to meet you." "See you in the morning," I said with a wave. She grimaced again. "Yeah, of course." She then muttered under her breath something that weirdly sounded like, "If you're still here." What was that? She walked out of the automatic doors and into the parking lot. Oh, I sure can minimize all of it. I don't have to have Streamlabs and the chat. I have my camera on. She walked out the automatic doors and into the parking lot. If I'm still here. Of course I'm still here. My shift doesn't end until 7 a.m. What kind of slacker does she think I am? Shaking my head, I picked up the list of rules and began to read. Number 1, you're allowed 1 free item from the snack bar per shift. Any further items will be charged out of your wages. Number 2, do not use the elevator between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Number 3, you may see a tall man with a red suitcase standing in the lobby on occasion. Do not make eye contact with him. Just check him in to room 231 and send him on his way. Number 4, if you hear someone crying for help in the pool area after midnight, return to your office and lock the door. Do not leave until sunrise. Do not enter room 404 under any circumstance. Number 6, if you have any guest complaints that the tap water is black, tar-like, or sticky, call the hotel owner immediately. Phone number listed. You must ID every member of the cleaning crew in the morning. If anyone does not come up in the roster, do not let them in. We do not keep any Bibles in guests' rooms. If guests ask for a Bible, we keep one in the back office. They can read it in the lobby. Number 9. Occasionally, the computer may show vacancies on the 6th floor. Do not book anyone to these rooms. The Evergreen Hotel only has 5 floors. Number 10. Do not eat the cookies. They're for guests only. Smiley face. Well, that was disappointing. When I interviewed to work at the Evergreen Hotel, they seemed like such a mature, stable bunch. Not the type to plan out an elaborate hazing for new employees. Because that's clearly what this is. Amelia, or whoever printed this up, had decided to scare the crap out of the new hires. What a cliche. Haunted hotel. Ha ha ha. At least now, her muttered comment made sense, if you're still here. How many new hires had they scared off before finding me? Luckily for them, I was a horror buff and ex-military. I didn't scare easily. Just in case the prank got out of control, though, I saved the hotel owner's number to my cell phone, cursing my dyslexia a few times before I got it right. There are more rules, but I didn't read them aloud. Instead, I walked into the lobby, poured myself a cold cup of coffee, and returned to the front desk. It would be an interesting night. Yeah, no, it's exactly like the story. It's the same recipe. You didn't realize when I was commenting on whatever. We're going to keep going. Ding! The bell at the front desk rang. It was a little past 3. I was sitting in the back office drinking another cup of coffee, playing StarCraft on my laptop. Technically, I was supposed to be going over checkout logs, but I could do that later. Ding! Another impatient ring. With a sigh, I heaved myself up from my computer and made my way to the front desk. It was him. The man with the red suitcase. I averted my eyes, focusing on the desk in front of me. Don't make eye contact. Yeah, It was an immature hazing, but I didn't mean I was going to fall for it. I'm competitive by nature. I was going to ace this thing. From what little I saw, the man seemed to be tall, thin-dressed in a suit, standing in the corner of the lobby, next to the grandfather clock, probably one of Amelia's friends, or that employee Dominic, who I'd briefly met earlier. Who's Dominic? We didn't meet him. How you introducing names and we're not meeting people? Whatever. I'm just gonna... Oh, of course. That's why I'm not allowed to make eye contact. I'd recognize him. I broke into a smile. That's actually really clever. I looked down at my computer, pulling up the check-in screen for room 213. When I looked back up, the man was standing right in front of me. I froze. How did he get here so fast? I hadn't even heard footsteps. He was just suddenly there. My pulse started to race, but I took a deep breath, steadying myself. Can I help you? He didn't reply, save for his fingernails rapping against the front desk. Tap, 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 tap. This is getting really creepy really fast. I took in a deep, shuddering breath. No, that's what they want me to do, get scared. They're probably watching all of this right now on the security cameras, laughing their asses off. Tap, tap, tap. I glance up again. My eyes fell on the suitcase he left in the center of the lobby. That's when I noticed it. It was actually a red suitcase. It wasn't actually a red suitcase. It was white. But there was so much blood, or something that looked an awful lot like blood soaking through this cloth. It appeared red. The substance dripped into the floor, welling into a puddle underneath the wheels. Just a stupid prank, I told myself. My eyes snapped back to the computer. I clicked on room 213, fed the new hotel key into the reader. Bzz. He gave sound effects. I plucked the key out and slid it across the desk. Without a word, he took the key. I didn't look up until the sound of his suitcase rolling across the linoleum disappeared. When I did, my blood ran cold. The floor was clean. Where the suitcase had stood, where the blood had pooled onto the floor, where it was an inky mess, there was only clean wood. What the hell? As I stood there, thoughts racing through my mind, I heard it. The ding of the elevator down the hall. And then, not 60 seconds later, a cacophony of sound, racing thumps across the ceiling right above me, as if several people were running as fast as they could. Bring! The phone began to ring. Calls flooded in from rooms 202, 207, 218. What the hell was going on floor 2? That's when my eyes fell on the list. Pushed aside and forgotten on the desk. Just check him into 213 and send him on his way. 231. Sorry. Just check him into room 231 and send him on his way. Not room 213. Room 231. My dyslexia had made me read it wrong. I checked him into the wrong room, and I was starting to believe this wasn't just a dumb prank. That's kind of funny. I'll give him a... You know what? No. I'll give him a bone for that one. It was kind of funny. How you guys doing? My dead sister's trying to climb out of old photographs. That's good. It's over, yeah. It's over. Doobly-doo. I try to read the ones that are in the thousands of upvotes, but every now and then I'll read one of the lower ranked ones. Y'all hear that? I don't know. Blow all the snot out of that nose. Just so we've been going for about 2 hours. I think we're going to call it quits here. Curse you, backwards letters. You thought I was short. I don't know why that bothers me. Do I look short? Do I look like a short guy? I don't know. From our door to yours. Order delivery through the Chick-fil-A app. No. Well, Samantha said no. I don't know what we're going to do now. I guess we're at a stalemate. All right, well, let me take a quick break. Let me let the dig outside. There she is. That way. She's that way? No. Damn it, she's right over there. I'm used to the camera being this hand is this hand and this hand is... My camera's flipped. I saw a video of you standing up singing karaoke. You're taller than I expected. I mean, I guess. I don't know how tall I look, but... So let me, It's on my YouTube, Alice. There's a couple of them. There's, I think, Seven Nation Army and, Follow You Into the Dark. But let me wick the dig real quick. Here, I'll share it real quick. It's a public video. Where's that? Oh, I know where to find it. My channel. Videos. Clickety clack clack. If I can find the video, I'll play it for you guys while I go and wick the dig. My videos. There we go. View on YouTube. There it is. Okay. let me add. Windows capture. Add source. There we go. There you go. I'll be right back. I'll let y'all listen to this for a while. Alright, let me bring back up my webcam. There we go. Well, I'm definitely demonetized now. Oh well. Damn autoplay. Sing again. I can't really sing inside because I sing too loud. Hang on a second. Good girl. Oh, come here. Lay down. Good baby. I sing kind of loud, so when I really like to sing, I like belt it out. People don't like that. But yeah, so I think I am gonna get out of here finally. Give me a little bit of time before I go to Pam's stream. Hope to see y'all there. You growl sing. I don't really growl that well. I used to be able to scream, like, you know, the screamo stuff. I used to be able really good at that. I haven't done it in a very long time. But yeah. I swear that it's not fair that you can't sing songs that are out in public for usage. Well, it's Vivo. Vivo owns the rights to that now. So Ram Jam gets their cut, and then Vivo takes their cut. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, shit, I gotta run back. It was a good ways into the video too. I should have just let it finish. It's my camera mount for my PlayStation VR. Let's see, that's a light background. It bends. Here, like down by my shirt, I think. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, so anyways, that's me singing. Anyways, I'll probably stream again on, when are we doing game night? Friday at 8. Yeah, okay, so I'll probably stream, I'll do a drunk stream Saturday. Yeah, so anyways, I want to thank you all for coming. You're all awesome peoples. Yeah, I have another one. It's shoot, where's it at? It is and I got in trouble for doing this one too. By some Spanish whatever. Yeah, Death Cab for Cutie. It's got a copyright claim on it. Whatever. Here you go. There it is. Time to make Chinese food. Nice. Here you go. But anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll see you all Saturday. You're very welcome for the stories. Thank you all for coming. Bye.